to play. Warriors, come out to play. Warriors, come out to play.
It's the #1 neighborhood sports analyst coming to you from Let's Talk Sports Nation. And this is another segment. This isn't the actual show that we do. Right now we're still on hiatus. You can catch us. If you want to talk to us, you can email us at letstalksportsnation@gmail.com, or you can get at us at our website, letstalksportsnation.com. Or you can talk to us on Facebook in the group Let's Talk Sports, where we talk all things sports. Let's get to the Golden State Warriors. Warriors, come out to play. Man, I tell you, man, the thing that I want to get into right now with this subject is, for me, how special it is to see the Warriors win the NBA championship. This is a very special thing. And it would be special for Cleveland to win, too, because Cleveland hasn't even won anything in any sport. The only thing that they have is a Jim Brown NFL championship. So I feel for them, too. I just don't want it to happen on my Warriors. But, for the Warriors, man, one championship in the history of the NBA for the Golden State Warriors, and that was 40 years ago. And winning the NBA title, teams that win championships are kind of synonymous. They're kind of like similar franchises, for a team to change. The change is course and direction from its history. A lot of times that takes almost an act of God. It almost takes an act of God. So thinking about the base God and thinking about curses, let's talk about curses, right? Because the thing with the Warriors is I feel like the Warriors were cursed. I feel like the Warriors were cursed, and even the NBA championship couldn't break that curse. And I gotta admit, man, like I have my sports superstitions. It's not all stats and things with me. That's not everything that I use or pay attention to with sports. I got my own superstitions. And the Warriors traded Wilt Chamberlain. Now the story with that is that Wilt was an East Coast guy. He's a Philadelphia guy, and he really didn't want to be in the Bay Area. He didn't want to be in San Francisco when the Warriors moved there. So the Warriors traded him in 1965. But this is my thing. Wilt Chamberlain played 2.5 seasons with the San Francisco Warriors. He played 2.5 seasons with the San Francisco Warriors. Now, I think they could have convinced him to stay. I mean, like if it was a thing where he just wanted to play with Philadelphia, he just wanted to play in Philadelphia so bad, then he wouldn't have played a game in San Francisco. He played 2.5 seasons, 1 year in which they didn't make the playoffs, and another year in which they did. Now, let's look at some of his stats. The year he got traded. Look at these stats. The Warriors traded a guy like this. Wilt Chamberlain averaged 38.9 points per game and 23 rebounds. Now, back then, they didn't keep record of block shots. Back then they didn't keep record of that. So, there's no record of his blocks back then. But I'm pretty sure he was blocking the hell out of shots too. So they trade a player like that. Right? We talk about curses. Let's look at, the only curse they talk about is the curse of the Bambino. But I think, man, when you trade a great player, a franchise player like that, you're going to pay for that. The sports gods is going to bring some bad karma back to you, right? And, okay, I can give you the argument, maybe Wilt didn't like the Bay Area. Maybe he was an East Coast guy that wanted to come back to Philadelphia. Okay. I mean, he wound up leaving Philly to go back to the West Coast with the Lakers. But, okay, let's give you all of that. Look at who they got. This is like highway robbery. Warriors robbed themselves, man. Look at who they got in return for Wilt Chamberlain. The great Wilt Chamberlain. Look at who they got. Connie Durkin. Lee Schaefer. Paul Newman, not the actor. The actor's known. This one's not known. All right, so, man, that's who you got for Wilt Chamberlain? I mean, come on, man. Like today, that would just be, to me, that's probably like the most lopsided trade all time, and nobody talks about it. I mean, like, even if he wanted to go, man, come on, man, you got to at least give me some, you won't get your equivalent of Wilt Chamberlain, but you got to at least give me some Hall of Famers for Wilt. So they traded him. And the Warriors went on, the slide. They had Nate Thurman. Somebody brought up an argument they had Nate Thurman. But Nate Thurman is not Wilt Chamberlain. He's not Wilt Chamberlain, man. That's like the Warriors having Michael Jordan because they drafted Latrell Sprewell. We're going to trade Michael Jordan. Like Latrell, I love Latrell, but he ain't Jordan. And it's the same with Nate and Wilt. So I believe that started to turn for their curse, but, they make up for it, The Warriors, the interesting thing about the Warriors is the Warriors actually draft well, man. They have a history of drafting well. And when they don't draft well, it's like the Warriors either hit or they miss, but they have a lot of history with hitting a lot of times, right? And those are good qualities for building a championship. When they miss, they miss. Everybody remembers Washburn and Tom Tolbert and Todd Fuller, who I think is the worst player to ever step onto an NBA court. Everybody remembers those guys. If you look at historically, man, the Warriors, even in Philadelphia, he drafted Wilt Chamberlain. The Warriors, if you look at it historically, the Warriors have the most rookie of the years. 6, including Philadelphia Warriors. The Warriors rookies of the year are a guy by the name of Woody Salisbury. Woody Salisbury, who is that? He was rookie of the year, so he was somebody. Wilt Chamberlain, Rick Barry, Mitch Richmond, Chris Webber. Warriors have had 6 rookie of the years, and that indicates to how they draft.
Parallel lines that never meet. It's cold and lonely, but we still believe. Waters rise.